Alright, so let's build this thing. First thing I'm gonna put in is this. It's a beautiful piece of technology. It's an Rgb Power Supply. Yeah, it's flashy, just colorful. But the nice thing about it is it's also powerful. It comes in a really tidy box. So you get, as usual, power supply cable, British. Sorry, I'm British, so I can only get that one. All the power supply cables for an entire army of things we can put inside. Little instruction manual. And this lovely little box that goes inside at the back. So how the instructions say, stick a bracket, one bracket, and place it this way. Alright, let's see. Which ones are the little dials? Probably this one's. There you go. And a screwdriver. Sorry, always leave my parts around. I am messy. Alright, this one here. This one in here. And one more. No, actually two more. As this is a general box for anything, the screws are not exactly in the perfect position, as every box is a bit different, but with a bit of trial and error you do get in the right place. There you go. One more. This one goes here. There you go. Now, there goes away. And this one goes in here. Is it standing, lifting? Seems like something keeps it up. There it is. So yeah, you can mount it in several different ways, so you just have to decide where you want to put it. I think I want it just right here at the bottom. Or do I want it showing? Here. Okay, let's try first connecting the cables. Because this is going to be harder after. Once everything is placed in. So let's connect as many as possible because I'm going to have a lot of things connected in here. Let's see. So as predicted, there's a glorious mess of cables here, which we'll put in order once we connected everything, because there's no point in putting it in order and then not having the right length for everything. The power supply is here, connected, well held. I mean, this is really solid. There's no way this thing is gonna move or vibrate. The next thing that the instructions say, not me, is to place the hard disks or the CPU and the GPU. Let's see. Oh, the hard disks are at the back, so I will probably start with that at the back. So I have two big ones. I'm gonna just place a slot in here, as it says, and using wonderful dials that are supplied. These are perfect for everything. They fit everything perfectly. I love them. So there you go. That's one. It's screwed in. And I should have another one somewhere else. There it is. Yeah, I have a lot of unfinished work in all of these hard disks, and you can fit in a lot more. Oh, this is, it's like an endless toy. You'll never finish space. Like it. Oh, it has little ribbons to hold the cables after. That's really nice. Alright, so I slot in. Oh, it's opening because I didn't. Okay, so this is not made to hold so much weight unless it's tied up, and I didn't tie it up because I didn't know how large I wanted the computer to be. So hopefully once I'm done with this I can put it straight in, it won't open and crash. And destroy also my nice new desk. There's my screwdriver. And the power supply for hard disks is here. Motherboard. Ah, there it is. Okay, so it's quite near. Okay, so it's this type. Yeah. So it has the old connectors and the new connectors. So I'm gonna use the new ones because these are new hard disks. I'm gonna start from, and I'm gonna also use this little ribbon things that keep the cables from messing up. Alright, so one here. hard disk and the power supply are connected. Okay, let's turn it around. Good, even the hard disks are really solid, not a single movement. Very well connected. Again, and there's two more hard disks. Now, what next? Okay, so we'll keep these wires inside. Like that, there's a little space where you can hide all the wires in here without them coming out. And we'll keep also these two extra hard disk wires here for now because we don't need them. Okay, so we have a lot more things to connect, and this time on the other side. All right, so turn around. Let me see your beautiful face. There it is. But you have no idea how heavy this thing is. It's like carrying around the car. Okay, next thing is in this large area we have a little design that shows you where everything goes, which size it is, PSU, GPU, everything. So we're gonna start with the motherboard. We'll deal with the other things later. Motherboard, without it you can't really connect anything. What I got is one of these, an X570 with Wi-Fi, so that I don't have to connect it with the Ethernet cable, because that would take me a lot of cable to bring it from the living room to here. There's no actual Ethernet cable in this room, so that saves me a problem. This is a really nice motherboard. I wanted only the best for this build, and let's have a look at how it looks like. Apparently it's also very flashy. It has LED lights and everything. And yeah, this is a nice motherboard. So there's a lot of cables, including connectors for the hard disks, which I don't actually need because I have others. And the main, yes, the one is this beautiful little board. And here it is. This black style, really elegant, with all the little silver shining through, and this huge amount of connectors at the back, which make it a lot easier to connect to other devices. Alright, so what we're gonna do is connect the motherboard to the box. Again, moving this gigantic thing, not to break the wires while doing it, and placing the motherboard here. Let's see, how shall we place it? There's many options. And this way. This way. Let's see what it suggests. Okay, so apparently the way up is a normal way. So we have several holes to select from, but only 2 will fit depending on the motherboard. And I guess we found them. There we are. Alright. Yeah. So as I suspected, we need some suspenders because the motherboard doesn't actually touch over there. So we're gonna open this little bag I didn't open until now. And place them where they're supposed to be. So here. Let's see. Right. See if I have the right Allen key. Oh, 3. Somewhere in between. This might complicate things. Let's see if this works. No. Alright, there's another solution. This is in case you don't have the right screwdriver tip. Guess they made them exactly for a reason. Make sure they're tight because the motherboard doesn't have to move around. Yeah, this one came out. There's always a stubborn one that disappears also when you drop it. Oh, good thing I have a lot of them. Now we took Okay, so there we have it. Motherboard in place. Just remove the plastic bit, just to remove. This pretty little motherboard. There it goes. And we use the usual dials. Be careful when you're touching the motherboard, because there's a lot of little pieces that might bend, and you really don't want to bend any of them. Ooh, satisfying. Okay. Now, got a bit of RAM here. This is easy to place. These are Vengeance Pro SL. I took them because, well, the 32 gigabytes and 3600 megahertz is really good. Normally a 3200, and the cost is basically the same as a 3200, so couldn't recommend it more. The other thing is that they also light up. I like to make my PC a bit flashy. Let's hope that they fit. Didn't check the compatibility, but I mean, I would be surprised if they weren't compatible. There you go. Slotted in perfectly. Put another one. And as you can see, there's space for another two to make it 64, which at some point I will, just when I have a little bit more cash in hand. All right. Oh. There's several connectors here. Let's see where next. Yeah, well, of course, the processor. I need to go and get the thermal paste. This is the most delicate part. Processor. Where is the processor? Ah, there it is. So I got a Ryzen 9. This is twice as powerful as the previous one that I had. Was a Ryzen 7 3000 something, I think it was. And hopefully it's working well. It's second hand, but basically just the box was damaged. So finger crossed I didn't get something broken. See how the processor goes. So let's open it. Alright, that's the right way. And close. Like, doesn't come off anymore. All right. So once the processor is in there, now it's time for the new complicated cooling system that I got, which is another interesting thing because I've never used before a liquid cooling system. It's supposedly with safety mechanisms so that it doesn't leak, so it's anti-leak. I'm really worried about leakages in cooling systems, especially since I've seen some videos that really worry me, but hopefully it will be fine. Alright, let's have a look. Open this monster. So I've seen some on Amazon showing a review that showed the entire cooling system broken and with holes when it arrived, so hopefully this is not the case. I've been waiting for this one for quite a while. I'm gonna cry if it's like that. But it's packed really well, so I doubt. Right. Lots of fans. Ooh, the smell of new fans. And remove that, remove that. That. Oh, seems to be okay. All in order. This looks amazing. Big radiator to fill the liquid inside. Definitely not something I want to spill on my processor. Alright. Has copper connection and let's install it. All we are left with is the graphics card. Now, a lot of you will not agree with this one. It's a Quadro 2000. It's good for digital design, anything graphics. It's very good for games, but it's not the top for games. But it's the top for what I'm doing, which is digital design. So what we're gonna do is slot it in here. There must be something to hold it in this one too, otherwise it would make no sense. So there's another bracket. This one. Right, so I had the bracket built the wrong way around, so I had to reposition it. But now the bracket is back to normal. So I'll put the graphics card inside. There you go, clicked. And you need one of those two black screws. And needs a smaller one. Again. Yeah, this one works. The screws don't like working for me today. They keep on coming out whenever I try something. And that should be it for the internal parts. So what I'm left with is putting the screen on. And there you have it. Computer is working. The CPU is working.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like there's an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting it.